Chair, fellow speakers. Evaluation of C9 assignment, speaking without notes. The main point, I think, of speaking without notes is audience engagement. Because sometimes the notes can be a little bit of a barrier. You can be speaking to your notes, you can be concentrating on them an awful lot. And when you get to C9, the test is, can you complete audience engagement? Can you start a speech and keep it going all through and keep that audience engagement? That, I think, is the purpose of this assignment. So I'll just run through what I think worked well with this assignment by the speaker. And I'll use, if you have ever looked at it, it's very useful to look at the actual rubric that's in the assignment book. So making a start, I'll run through them one by one. Making a start, poise, air of confidence. Well, of course he's confident. This speaker comes up, and that's pretty important, isn't it? From the very positive start, you've got confidence that you're going to hear something that's interesting. Very positive engagement. It's about the Archers. Love it or loathe it. Who loves it? Who loathes it? Audience engagement right from the start. This, I may as well say, was for me a masterclass in audience engagement. And I look at how it was done in awe on occasions. So making a start, it was a good start. Then we come to speech construction. Was there a good opening and a memorable conclusion? Was there logical development? Well, the introduction was very clear, and the speaker set out his stall immediately. I'm going to tell you about the Archers, and I'm going to tell you why the Archers are still relevant to life today. There was no doubt about that. That was the theme. And the theme was developed, I thought, with care. The soaps in the USA and the UK, questions for the audience, who remembers this, who remembers that, everybody engaged, everything very animated. A trip down memory lane for some of us. I can only say, as a little boy, and I can't remember 4 or 5, how I loathed Mrs. Dale's diary in the afternoon, sitting at my mother's knee. Mrs. Dale's diary. Thank you for that, Mr. Speaker. I'd hoped I'd forgotten that. It's also mean what you say. That was never in doubt, was it? I mean, here was conviction, here was a speaker who wanted to say about the Archers that they were relevant and that they were complete in terms of what we have today. The rubric says that it was an appeal to the logic of the audience or emotion. I think both. I think both here, both the logic of the development of how soap operas and dramas had developed on the radio, and this one in particular was very, very important. I thought great use of voice. The Professor Chumley exercise, and the oohs and the ahs of the local population. Very funny, and again, great audience engagement. Love the variations and accents. Gestures. Here's a little point for all of us. Animated throughout. Lots of animated gestures. Not all of them connected with the text. Just animated. And that's an interesting point for us all, I think, because if you're involving your audience, then you don't necessarily have to have all the gestures related to the text. I mean, if someone stands and does this and gives a speech, it's really not all that engaging, is it? So I think that's an interesting little point for us all. Vocabulary and word pictures. Loved the burning of the barn and Grace. I've heard that episode. I'm glad she say that. Tedious person. Well, I'm sorry. That is Mrs. Dale. Lots of gentle humour throughout. Very gentle humour, poking fun of the USA and the UK soaps, and ITV lost their audience, and lots of others. I haven't the time to go through them. Lots of understated humour, and good audience rapport achieved. Learning points. Not much to say really. I think I accept that the gestures, although they were not related to the text sometimes, were engaging. They were part of keeping things together, keeping the show on the road. Slight hiccup with the picking up of the phone, if I'm going to be terribly picky, but that was, I accept, because the rest of the IT wasn't available. So, worth it for the ending with the music. Thoroughly enjoyable, well done. C9 completed. I don't think anybody would argue with it.